To input your digital press preferences, click on the digital press button on the toolbar or select digital press from under the PrintQuote Pro menu. If you wish to create a new set of preferences from a digital press, choose Create New Press item from the press name drop-down menu at the top of the screen. This clears all the digital press variables. To assist with accuracy, all rates, press running rate, stock weight rate, have an accuracy of 3 decimal points to facilitate more accurate pricing. The running rate is based on printing an A4 sheet. So we type the values into the fields below the digital press running rates list. Click the Add button to create a new entry. You'll be then asked to give the press a name, and the press will then be saved and added to the press name drop-down menu. And from here on, you click Update Press to save any changes. The digital press running rates start at a quantity of 1. The first quantity is always 1, and then incremented from 1. And any quantity that is above or equal to the last rate will have that rate used in the press running rate calculations. If you have a digital press that only has one rate for each black and colour, just make one entry into the rates with a quantity of 1. This will mean that all quantities equal to and above 1 will be charged at that rate. So now entering the rates, we then click Add and we're asked to name the press. And the running rate is then added to the list. So I'll continue adding the rate. Now I've added all the rates. So the rate for the number of sheets 1 to 500 will be 10 cents and 15 cents. From 501 to 1000 will be 7.5 cents to 12 and 12.5 cents. From 1001 to 2000 will be 5 cents and 10 cents. 2001 and above will be 2.5 cents and 5 cents. To modify a rate, we first select the rate in the running rate list. The values will appear in the fields below the list. We can make the changes required and click the Modify button. And that changes the items in the list. Whenever you click Add, it adds the items in the fields. So if we had selected an item and clicked Add, we'd end up with 2 of those. To delete an item, first select the item and then click the Delete button. You'll be then asked to confirm the deletion. Click Yes to delete the item. The digital press stock weight rates list contains various weights of stock, and as the stock becomes heavier, then this may affect the efficiency of the press. The stock weight rate allows for the weight of the stock to be taken into consideration when calculating the press running price. The stock weight rate is added to the press running rate to compensate for the weight of the stock used in the job. So again, we type the values into the fields below the list. And click Add to add those items to the list. So we'll proceed through and add the weights we require. And now we've added the weights. We have an error here, so we just change the value, click Modify, and that'll adjust the item. To delete an item again, we select the item, click delete, and we're asked to confirm the deletion. Click yes if you wish to delete the item. The Add Stock Weight Rate to Press Running Rate checkbox, when selected, adds the weight rate corresponding to the weight of the stock in the run to the running rate when calculating the cost of the run. You can choose not to add the stock weight rate to the running rates if you wish. When this checkbox is not selected, then the stock weights will not be taken into consideration. And you can choose not to add the stock weight rate to running rates if you wish. The running rates, 130 grams per square metre to 200 grams per square metre, 5 cents and 7 cents will be added to the rates. From 200 grams per square metre to 300 grams per square metre, 6 cents and 9 cents will be added. 300 and above, 9 cents and 12 cents will be added. So they'll be added to the stock depending on its weight, if we have the Add Stock Weight Rates to Press Running Rate selected. In the max colours per run, we enter the number of colours per run. For full colour printing, this will be 4 colours. The Calculate Costs by Area factor per A4 sheet checkbox, when selected, compares the area of the running sheet to the area of the standard sheet, that is an A4 sheet. The cost is then multiplied by the resulting factor, and if you're printing an A3 sheet, that is twice the size of an A4 sheet, the running rate is multiplied by 2. And if you're printing an A5 sheet, then the running rate is halved. The A3 area percentage discount value. If you do not exactly want to double the rate of the A4 sheet, for an A3 sheet you can choose a percentage to be reduced the double rate. For example, the rate of an A3 sheet is twice that of an A4 sheet, being twice the area. If the calculated costs by area checkbox is selected, then the rate of the A4 sheet will be doubled for the A3 sheet. However, you can reduce the doubled rate by a percentage, and this percentage is called the sheet area percentage discount. So if you set the sheet area percentage discount at 10%, an A3 sheet rate is going to equal the A4 rate by 2 minus the discount percentage of the area rate, that is 10%, less than twice the A4 rate. And the resulting equation is quantity by rate by 2, because the A3 sheet is twice the area of an A4, minus the quantity by rate by the discount percentage. For an A4 sheet, the area factor is 1 because the running sheet is the same area as the default sheet and there's no size differential. For an A5 sheet, there is equal to an A4 sheet by half, plus the discount percentage of the area rate is increased because A5 is smaller than A4. So if we look at a table, so if the sheet area percentage discount was set at 10%, then the change in rate is as follows. This side would be minus 10% because it's double an A4. This one is 1.5 times an A4, so that's minus 5%. The A4 sheet is 0%, it's the same rate. An A4 sheet is larger than a 210 by 225, which is 75% of an A4 sheet. We multiply by 2.5%. And for an A5 sheet, which is half the size of an A4 sheet, then we multiply by 5% and add 5% on. And this discount varies depending on how much bigger or smaller the running sheet is compared to an A4 sheet. Use the quantity rate for the relevant quantity level in the run. Checkbox is selected. The first rate will be used to calculate the price of the first quantity, the second rate for the second quantity, and so on. Using the above rate list, if the run was a colour run and the quantity was 2,500 sheets, then using the above rates, the first 500 pieces will be charged at 15 cents, the next 500 will be charged at 12.5 cents, the next 1,000 will be charged at 10 cents, and all those over 2001 will be charged at 5 cents. If the use the quantity rate for the relative quantity level in a run checkbox is not selected, the complete run will be charged at the rate that is equal to the relevant quantity. And if there are 1,500 items being printed, then the rate used for the entire run is the rate equivalent to that quantity. 1,500 is between 1001 and 2001, so that rate is 5 cents for a black run and 10 cents for a colour run. The minimum quantity for a press, when set, any quantity that is lower than this figure will be charged at the rate for this quantity. If the minimum quantity is 250, then the minimum charge for a run would be 10 cents by 250. That is $25 for a black run, and 15 cents by 250, which is $37.5 for a colour run. You can add the cost of consumables, wiping cloths, cleaning fluid, etc., and this rate charged at a rate of so much per 1,000 pieces in the run. The print area, we enter the print area of the press, and when you choose a size in the guillotining tab of quotes or jobs, it will be taken into consideration in the calculations. Then we can enter the make ready for a print run and the time it takes for that make ready. The overs and running rate, we can enter the number of overs you use per run setup, and the quantity per hour is the number of pieces through the press per hour, and this will be used to calculate the press running time. If you've already given the press a name, you won't need to click on Add Press. You'll instead click on Update Press to create a new press with the values that you have typed in. So we only want to update these because we've already created the press. So we click Update to update the values. We're given the option of modifying the press name. We just click OK. And then click Done when you've finished.